Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you're stuck in the same place? Like you're putting in effort, but something invisible is holding you back? Do you catch yourself making excuses, procrastinating, or feeling drained by things that shouldn't have power over you? Maybe you've wondered why some people seem mentally strong, focused, and in control, while others constantly struggle with self-doubt, lack of discipline, and emotional instability. What if I told you that the difference isn't luck or talent, but habits? Yes, the small things you do every day either make you stronger or weaker. And the scary part? Most people don't even realize they're sabotaging themselves. They unknowingly develop habits that drain their mental and emotional strength, keeping them stuck in cycles of frustration, insecurity, and regret. But here's the good news. Once you become aware of these destructive habits, you can start breaking free. You can take back control and build real, unshakable strength. So in this video, we're going to expose 5 explosive habits that secretly make you weak. If you're ready to break free from self-sabotage and start building true power, then keep watching. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more content on self-mastery and personal growth. Now, let's get into it. 1. Seeking validation from others. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why you care so much about what other people think? Why a single negative comment can ruin your entire day? Why you feel anxious if someone doesn't approve of your choices, your appearance, or your opinions? Seeking validation is one of the most common habits that silently weakens people. It conditions you to rely on external approval to feel worthy. Instead of trusting yourself, you let others decide your value. Instead of standing firm in your beliefs, you adjust them to fit in. And over time, this habit erodes your confidence, making you depend on the opinions of others to feel good about yourself. The problem? People's opinions are inconsistent. What they praise today, they might criticize tomorrow. Trying to please everyone is exhausting and impossible. No matter what you do, someone will always disapprove. So why give them that power over you? True strength comes from self-acceptance. It comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for, regardless of whether others approve. It's about making decisions based on your values, not on what will earn you the most likes, compliments, or approval. Think about it. Some of the most influential people in history, philosophers, leaders, artists, were criticized, mocked, even rejected by society. But they didn't let that stop them. They stayed true to themselves, and in the end, they earned respect not by seeking validation, but by proving their worth through their actions. So ask yourself, are you living for yourself or for the approval of others? Because if you need someone else's validation to feel worthy, you'll always be at their mercy. True power comes from within. And the moment you stop seeking approval, you take back control of your life. 2. Avoiding discomfort. Have you ever caught yourself saying, I'll do it later, or this is too hard, or I just don't feel like it right now? Maybe you've avoided difficult conversations, skipped workouts, or procrastinated on tasks because they felt uncomfortable. It seems harmless in the moment, but over time, this habit weakens you more than you realize. Avoiding discomfort is one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck. When you choose the easy path, when you always seek comfort over challenge, you're training yourself to be weak. You're teaching your mind that struggle should be avoided rather than embraced. But here's the truth. Growth is uncomfortable. Every single thing that makes you stronger, physically, mentally, and emotionally, requires discomfort. Think about it. If you avoid difficult conversations, your relationships suffer. If you avoid exercise because it's tiring, your body weakens. If you avoid failure, you never improve. If you avoid facing your fears, they control you. The strongest people in life aren't the ones who have it easy. They're the ones who willingly put themselves in difficult situations and push through. They understand that pain is temporary, but growth lasts forever. Look at athletes. Do you think they enjoy waking up at 5 a.m. to train? No, but they do it anyway. Look at successful entrepreneurs. Do you think they never faced rejection, failure, or sleepless nights? Of course not, but they pushed through, even when it was uncomfortable. The Stoics had a concept called voluntary discomfort, intentionally facing discomfort to build resilience. They would practice going without luxuries, exposing themselves to hardships so that when real challenges came, they were prepared. So ask yourself, are you letting comfort make you weak? Are you running from challenges, or are you facing them head on? Because the more you avoid discomfort, the more fragile you become. But the more you embrace it, the stronger you get. Pain is temporary. Growth is permanent. Which one will you choose? 3. Complaining instead of taking action. Have you ever met someone who always has an excuse? Someone who blames their problems on the government, their parents, their boss, the economy, anything except themselves? Maybe you've even caught yourself doing it, venting about how unfair life is, how others have it easier, or how you just can't catch a break. Here's the harsh truth. Complaining is a trap. It makes you feel like you're doing something about your problems when, in reality, you're just wasting time. It gives you a false sense of control while actually making you weaker. Why? Because every time you complain, you reinforce a dangerous mindset, the belief that you are powerless, that life is happening to you instead of being something you can shape. And when you believe that, you stop taking responsibility for your actions. The strongest people in the world, mentally, emotionally, and physically, don't waste time complaining. They focus on what they can control. If something is unfair, they work harder. If they fail, they learn from it. If they don't like their situation, they change it. Think about it. Complaining about your job won't make it better. Improving your skills and seeking new opportunities will. Complaining about being out of shape won't change anything. Exercising and eating better will. Complaining about relationships won't fix them. Honest conversations and self-improvement will. Now, this doesn't mean you should ignore your problems. Acknowledging struggles is important, but there's a difference between recognizing an issue and endlessly complaining about it. Complaining without action is weakness. Recognizing a problem and working to fix it, that's strength. The Stoics had a simple principle: focus only on what you can control. If you can change something, change it. If you can't, accept it and move forward. Wasting time whining about things beyond your control only drains your energy and makes you weaker. So here's the challenge. Catch yourself the next time you start complaining. Instead of venting, ask yourself, what can I do about this? If there's something you can control, take action. If not, let it go. Because every second you spend complaining is a second you could be using to make your life better. The choice is yours. Will you stay stuck in the habit of complaining, or will you step up and start taking control? 4. Being controlled by your emotions. Have you ever said or done something in the heat of the moment that you later regretted? Maybe you snapped at someone because you were angry, made a bad decision because you were afraid, or gave up on something important because you felt discouraged. This is what happens when your emotions control you instead of the other way around. And make no mistake, this habit is one of the biggest sources of weakness. Why letting emotions control you makes you weak. Emotions are natural. Everyone feels anger, sadness, fear, and frustration. The problem isn't having emotions, it's allowing them to dictate your actions. When you react impulsively based on how you feel, you become unpredictable, unstable, and easy to manipulate. If someone insults you, do you immediately get defensive and lash out? If so, they have power over you. If you feel lazy, do you skip your responsibilities? If so, your emotions are in control, not you. If you feel scared, do you avoid challenges? If so, fear is making your decisions for you. The strongest people in the world, mentally and emotionally, don't let their emotions control them. They feel emotions just like everyone else, but they don't let them dictate their actions. They pause, reflect, and choose their response rationally instead of reacting on impulse. How to stop letting emotions control you. 1. Pause before reacting. When you feel a strong emotion, stop. Don't act immediately. Take a breath, count to 10, or walk away for a moment. Give yourself time to think. 2. Ask yourself, what's the rational response? Instead of letting emotions drive your decisions, ask yourself, what's the best course of action? What would a strong, disciplined person do? 3. Separate emotion from action. You can feel angry without acting on it. You can feel afraid, but still take action. Don't suppress your emotions, but don't let them dictate your behavior either. 4. Adopt the Stoic mindset. The Stoics believed that external events don't control us, only our perception and reaction do. When you master your emotions, you become unshakable. Think about the most respected leaders, warriors, and thinkers throughout history. Were they emotional wrecks, reacting impulsively to every situation? No. They remained calm under pressure. They stayed composed in the face of challenges. They didn't let fear, anger, or sadness make their choices for them. Being controlled by your emotions makes you weak. Mastering your emotions makes you powerful. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, am I in control, or are my emotions controlling me? The answer to that question determines whether you stay weak or become strong. 5. Letting instant gratification rule your life. Have you ever told yourself, just one more episode, I'll start tomorrow, or I deserve this little break, only to realize that days, weeks, or even years have passed without making any real progress? This is the trap of instant gratification, choosing short-term pleasure over long-term success. And if you let this habit control you, it will make you weaker, less disciplined, and unable to achieve your full potential. Why instant gratification makes you weak. We live in a world where almost everything is designed for instant pleasure. Social media, junk food, video games, binge watching, and endless scrolling, they all give you quick dopamine hits, making you feel good in the moment while robbing you of real progress. But here's the problem. Everything worthwhile in life requires delayed gratification. If you want a strong body, you have to push through hard workouts and stick to a disciplined diet. If you want to master a skill, you have to practice for hours, even when you don't feel like it. If you want financial success, you have to save and invest, rather than spending recklessly for short-term pleasure. Weak people chase what feels good now without thinking about the consequences. Strong people prioritize what will benefit them in the long run, even if it's difficult or uncomfortable. How instant gratification control. Instant gratification is a silent enemy because it feels good in the moment. Your brain releases dopamine, the pleasure chemical, when you indulge in easy, quick rewards. The more you do it, the more your brain craves it, making it harder to resist distractions. But every time you give in, you're reinforcing a dangerous pattern. You train yourself to avoid discomfort. You make it harder to focus on long-term goals. You weaken your ability to delay gratification, which is essential for success. How to break free from instant gratification. 1. Create discipline through small wins. Start by resisting small temptations. Instead of scrolling for an hour, put your phone down for 10 minutes. Instead of eating junk, make one healthier choice. Small wins build momentum. 2. Make distractions harder to access. If social media is your weakness, delete apps or set time limits. If junk food tempts you, don't keep it in your house. Make discipline easier by reducing temptations. 3. Focus on the bigger picture. When tempted by instant pleasure, ask yourself, will this help me in the long run, or is it just an easy escape? Always choose growth over comfort. 4. Train your mind to delay rewards. The Stoics believed in voluntary hardship, doing difficult things on purpose to build mental toughness. Try delaying small rewards. If you want to watch TV, finish your work first. If you want to eat something sweet, wait 10 minutes. These small acts train you to resist temptation. 5. Build a strong identity. Stop saying, I'm just not disciplined. Instead, tell yourself, I am someone who prioritizes long-term success over short-term pleasure. Your actions will follow your identity. Instant gratification feels good right now, but it steals from your future. The strongest people are the ones who master the ability to delay gratification, choosing long-term rewards over momentary pleasure. So ask yourself, are you in control of your desires, or are they controlling you? Because in the battle between discipline and instant gratification, your future depends on which one you choose. Now that you know these 5 explosive habits that secretly make you weak, ask yourself, are you guilty of any of them? Be honest, because awareness is the first step to change. The good news is, you are not stuck. Weakness is not permanent. It's simply the result of repeated habits. And just as bad habits make you weak, good habits make you strong. But here's the catch. You have to make a choice. You can keep seeking validation, avoiding discomfort, complaining, letting emotions control you, and chasing instant gratification. Or you can take control of your life. You can choose discipline over ease, responsibility over excuses, and long-term strength over short-term comfort. The strongest people in history, leaders, warriors, thinkers, and visionaries, didn't get there by accident. They trained themselves to be strong. They built resilience, discipline, and control over their emotions and desires. And now it's your turn. So what's your next move? Which of these habits are you going to break first? Drop a comment below and let me know. Let's build a mindset of strength together. If this video helped you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more content on personal growth, discipline, and mental toughness. And remember, strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. One decision, one habit, and one day at a time. See you in the next video. Stay strong.